Okay, impromptu stream day. I didn't plan anything today. I don't normally stream on this day, but aside from the fact that it's my birthday, we also have a new Dungeons and Dragons book out, so we're gonna take a peek at it. Oh, and then Lily is here in her big old puffy thingy. Yeah, thank you. Oh, yes. No, I'm streaming. You can't be like. I'm surprised you didn't, anyways. Sorry, I can't hear you with the headphones on. Okay. Yeah, I love you too. Bye. All right, let's get into this. Let me bring up the book and then I can switch screens here. Let's take a look at what is in the new book. You know, actually, I'm gonna go to the At the Table channel in my Discord in case anyone else wants, any other nerds end up being up early and want to review the book with me. That's probably for the best. Excuse me. All right. I was just replying. The friendo shit was friendos, good people, by the way. Where are you? Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. Okay, let's switch this over.
I will be joining you shortly.
Okay, cool. Hi. Let's take a look at this shit. And like move my down to here and here. All right, Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. I only know little bits about what's about this and stuff like that, but it seems pretty interesting. So let's go through it. You know what? This is the incorrect music for this. This is the incorrect music. A few more fantasy-ish music. There we go. That's better. Okay. Before we begin, a sip of coffee. Oh, morning coffee. Oh, it's the stuff. Oh, ahead of the addiction. Okay, new D&D book. Let's see what use is all about. Page 1, LG for the first one. I'm not gonna like go page by page in this because I mean, aside from the legal issues that could ensue, I don't think we need to. Excuse me. Clearing out the old man shit in the morning. So here's like an overview. Hey, bad hair. So why GeForce experience? I'm freaking using Chrome. So it looks like chapter 1, draconic themed options. Chapter 2 is magic related to dragons, just spells and items. Chapter 3 is tips, advice, and tables for dungeon masters for encounters. Probably dragon based. Chapter 4 discusses lairs and hordes for the dragons, of course. Chapter 5, extensive resources related to each of the 20 different draconic creatures. And chapter 6 includes stat blocks and lore for a variety of new dragons and dragon-oriented creatures. New subclasses. I haven't really paid attention to anything about the book. It does look like there's new subclasses. It looks like that's probably the first part we're gonna get into here. So I'm not going to bother with a lot of the lore stuff. I think, especially for a stream like this, a lot of the nitty gritties we want to get into is rules. I think it's what everyone is kind of waiting for at this point. The lore stuff is going to be helpful, but for like planning campaigns and long-term campaign shit. Character creation. All right, Draconic races. Creating your character. If you select one of the Dragonborn races, so I think it's all about the Dragonborn races. Follow these additional rules during character creation. Okay, so they're swapping up Dragonborn to have floating ability score increases by the looks of it. Increase one of these scores by 2 and a different one by 3, or increase 3 by 1. They seem to want to do this. I think when they, in 2024, hey, thanks for the happy birthday. In 2024, when they do like 5.5 or whatever they're going to call it, I feel like they're going to do this as a status quo. That's what they're kind of moving towards. They don't want people to be like locked in to certain races having certain things anymore. And I think like with Tasha's, it already kind of opens it up, but I think they want to do it for the base. I think they are going to do the floating stat increases like this for probably everybody. Either that or they just get rid of stat increases. Because if it's equal stat increases across the board, nah, they'll probably keep it. But it's probably going to be the floating ones, I think. Oh my gosh. So languages, one other language that you and your DM, so it's not automatically Draconic in common, it's just common in a language you guys agree is perfect. Okay, cool. And about creature types, Chromatic Dragonborn. So, excuse me, one second. There we go. Hey, Big Kev, thanks for the resub scribble. Much appreciated. I know it's kind of early. I was like, no one's gonna show up. I'm gonna have like no one on the birthday stream, but that's fine. This is mostly for me to be doing a thing on YouTube. But hey, people here, that's pretty awesome. Thank you for the resub scribbles, much appreciated. The Chromatic Dragonborn traits. They're humanoid, so they didn't change the creature type, which is good, because right now there's not a lot of, I find for those creatures, thanks for the follow, I find for those creatures that have a different creature type, it can really mess things up, but in a good way. Sometimes it's nice to shake it up, like there's a couple of Fey type that some spells and stuff don't work on. So, Chromatic Ancestry, choose a type, get a breath weapon, and it's based on your type. So, like, that hasn't changed at all. Resistance, same. Chromatic Warding, which is new, okay. So, starting at 5th level, as an action, you can channel Draconic energy to protect yourself. For a minute, you become immune to the damage type associated with a Chromatic Ancestry. Oh, okay, that's a nice little bump up. I like that. Now, is this, I didn't read, is this on top of... Okay, so this is just, you choose these instead of what's in the PHP then. That's pretty cool. So, for 1 minute, you can become immune to that damage type. That's pretty badass. I imagine it's going to be similar for the other dragon types. Oh, no, they get different stuff. Okay, so the gem dragonborns with the gems or gem dragons look like they're a new thing for this, although we've seen them in previous editions. Same thing, humanoid, medium, 30. Gem ancestry, choose a type, breath weapon based on type, resistance based on type. But they get psionic mind, the telepathic messages, which matches the gem stuff. You don't need to share a language, so it's true telepathy. Gem flight. At 5th level, you can manifest spectral wings and fly for a minute. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Metallics. So same thing, ancestry, breath weapon, resistance, metallic breath weapon. So metallic dragons generally have 2 breath weapons. Looks like you gain access to a secondary one. Well, whenever you use this trait, choose one. Oh, so you get to swap it up. So enervating breath or repulsion breath. So you can make them incapacitated till the start of your next turn. That's crazy. Or repulsion breath just to knock them prone. Incapacitated. Now it's a con save. So it depends on what you're facing against, whether that's going to be easy for them to make or not. Incapacitated though, that's just like breathe on them, incapacitate them, your buddy gets to walk up and slit their throat. No attack, no save, no nothing. If you're completely incapacitated, they just can't. Oh no, they can still move technically. An incapacitated character? I'd have to look that one up. I feel like that's an I win button. Maybe not by the rules. Can't take actions or reactions. There's nothing about, I mean, you can't take reactions, but it's nothing about moving. I'll have to look that one up, but I feel like that's pretty fucking powerful. Subclass options. Here we go. I heard a little bit about these so far. I heard that the new monk subclass got a little nerfed from the UA, but we'll see. So we'll go past this stuff. So starting out at 3rd level, when you get this, you get Dragon Disciple. And remember, anyone can take these subclasses. It's not like what they were doing in Forgotten Realms, where they were trying to tie some of them to certain races. And I don't think they're gonna do that again. You can channel Draconic power to magnify your presence and imbue your unarmed strike with the essence of Dragon's breath. Ooh, cool. That's enough. Monks need nerfs. I know, right? Yeah, that's from what I understand. This is still half decent, but they should have kept it a little bit closer to the power that was in UA. Presence. If you fail a charisma, if you fail on intimidation or persuasion, you can use your reaction to re-roll. I love the descriptions. You can channel your power to magnify your presence and imbue. Okay, magnify your presence. Like imbue your unarmed strike. If you fail an intimidation or persuasion check. What? Yeah, presence. Okay. And then Draconic Strike, when you damage a target, you can change the damage. So you don't get extra damage, you can just change the damage type. Your type. No, to any type. Change the damage type to acid, cold, fire, lightning, or poison. It doesn't look like you're locked into the type, which is nice. So that's not bad. Because there's nothing here about you gain the following benefits. So there's nothing here that's locking you into one of those types. Just when you damage, you change the damage type to one of these. So you get to choose it every time. That's pretty nice. And then you learn Draconic, which apparently could be important considering Dragonborn now don't by default have Draconic. Okay, cool. Breath of the Dragon. A wave of energy. When you take the attack action, you're going to replace one of the attacks with a breath weapon, basically. 20-foot cone or 30-foot line. Choose your damage type. So once again, you can swap it up, I think, by the looks of it. And then each creature, it's a dex save against your key save DC. Oh, sorry, my nose today. Of the chosen type equal to taking damage equal to 2 rolls of your martial arts die on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. Not bad. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything right off the bat. You use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, which is they've been doing since Tasha's, as like a standard mechanic. Regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. If you have no uses, you can spend 2 key points to use this feature again. I like the fact that they are doing that with monks now. It's like, hey, so you don't have any uses yet? That's fine, you can still pump it up with key. 2 is not bad. I'm okay with that. 1 would be, you'd be able to do it a little too much, I think. I think 2 is not bad. I'm okay with that. at low levels, but once you're... yeah, I mean, you do tend to burn through your key points pretty quickly. I don't think it's too bad. It is to do an attack. Basically, an attack as an area of effect. I mean, you're only doing your straight up martial arts die, but you're doing 2 of them to everyone in the area. That's not bad. I think 2 is okay. That's fairly balanced. I feel like it needs a bit of a boost. I don't know. It's not bad. It's kind of balanced, but it's whelming. I'm not overwhelmed. I'm not underwhelmed by that ability. It's just whelming. Wings and... oh, yeah.
The new ability?
Well, they're all new abilities.
Well, I meant for the dragon monk.
Yeah. Well, the first one is you can do a breath weapon in place of an attack. For 2 key points. It does 2 rolls of your martial arts die of damage to everyone in the area. No bonuses for 2 key points. For 2 key points after you've used it a number of times is equal to your proficiency bonus. So I don't think it's that bad.
Oh, so you can use it a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and then you have to spend key points, or you spend key points, but you can only do it up to a number of times. No,
you get it for free first.
Oh.
And then you can spend 2 key points to keep using it after you've used up your uses. Okay. So that's not that bad.
Yeah, so at that point, again, like you said, I'm not overwhelmed by it, but I'm not underwhelmed by it.
Exactly. Wings unfurled, I'm assuming it's a short time fly speed. When you use Step of the Wind, you get a fly speed equal to your walking speed. Once again, equal to your proficiency bonus. This one you can't pump up. In Unearthed Arcana, you could, for a key point or something, you could continue to use this after you've used up your uses, but apparently they got rid of that. So once you've used it, you've used it. So you no longer... so you can get a fly speed for a round. Well, not even for a round. Just while you're using your Step of the Wind. So only on your turn, really. Once again, it's whelming. Like the Star Druid throwing Guiding Bolt. Star Druid is really good in so many other ways, though. That one is a pretty good subclass. So yeah, once again, whelming. It's all right. Like, it gives you a little extra during your Step of the Wind. I think it's still all right. Power of the Draconic Spirit, so Aspect of the Worm. So here's where they gave it a big nerf from UA that I don't think they probably should have did as much. Excuse me. So this is, you get like basically a Draconic Aura. As a bonus action, create the aura. It radiates 10 feet from you for a minute. Now in UA, I like the fact that it was bigger. It was 30 feet. They've shrunk it down to 10 feet. So you gotta be fairly close to things to affect them with your presence. But I heard hopefully they bumped it up in other places. So you either get Frightful Presence or Resistance. So Frightful Presence as a bonus action on subsequent turns. So you have to spend a bonus action to activate it, and then you have to spend another bonus action before you can actually use the Frightful Presence. That kind of sucks. So you can't actually use Frightful Presence on the round. What? As a bonus action, create an aura that radiates 10 feet from you, and then choose one of the following effects. And when you create this aura, when you create this aura and as a bonus action, okay, that's better. I misread that. Choose a creature within the aura that is also within 10 feet of you. They get a wisdom save or become frightened of a minute. And they get a save at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself on a save. That is, for an 11th level ability, that's shit.
Oh my god, that's
their 11th level ability. Hey, that one creature within 10 feet of me may be frightened for a minute or until it makes it save, because it still gets a save every turn. In UA, not only was it 30 feet, but it affected multiple creatures. It's worse than the Leon and Roar. Yeah, it's shit. And the lean and roar you get from level 1. That is garbage. Or resistance. Choose a damage type when you activated this aura. You and your allies have resistance to that damage type. I mean, that can be all right. That can be good. You can use it. You can use that aura once, or spend 3 key points to use it again. That's also like, by the time you're at 11th level, you have so many other ways you could be dealing with resistances that this is underwhelming. We're getting underwhelming territory right now. So 11th level is shit.
That whole ability is absolute garbage.
Yeah. What? Sorry. At 11th level, a wizard can do both of these things 1 billion times better. A sorcerer, any spellcaster, a cleric, basically any spellcaster can do what this does better. Like so many times better.
I'm pretty sure a paladin at that level can do that better.
Yeah. So, capstone abilities. So, Ascendant Aspect. You've reached your peak. Yeah, right. We'll see. Augment Breath. When you use your breath weapon, you can spend another key point. So, they're really making you burn these key points to augment its shape and power. Either becomes a 60-foot cone or 90-foot line. So, all you're doing, you're expanding it a bit. And each creature takes 4 rolls of your martial arts die on a failed save, or has half as much on a successful one. I mean, it's making you burn more ki. At 17th level, it's not like you're short on ki, but at the same time, you're fighting longer battles. You're in it for longer shit. I probably wouldn't have made it spend cost an extra key point. I would have just had maybe not as dramatic increases, but I would have just increased your fucking breath weapon. Just plain old increased it, not make it cost. Supposed to be working, still listening though. No worries, bud. So, you get blind sight 10 feet. A fighter can get that at, a human could get that at level 1. Anyone with a feat, a fighter could get that at level 4. No, actually, sorry, that's a fighting style. Fighter can get that at level. Do they get their fighting styles at level 1 or 2?
Level 1.
A fighter can get that at level 1. You get that as a capstone ability. Although you can see invisible creatures within that range. Of course you can. It's blind sight. That's literally part of it. You can see invisible creatures. I know, because you're blind. Why do they even have to write that? If you get blind sight, you can see invisible creatures in that range. Yeah, because you have blind sight in that range. You don't even have to type that last sentence. Blind sight can see invisible creatures because, oh my god. Unless I'm missing something dramatic. Actually, this is worse than the fighter one because you can't effectively see anything that isn't behind total cover, even if you're blinded or in darkness. Oh, you can effectively see. Okay. No, that isn't behind total cover. See, the fighter one doesn't even have that. It just says you get blind sight. Even if they're behind cover, because you can fucking hear and sense them.
Wow.
Thanks for the pretty princess, Lily. They should shut that off. Make you use biddies for it.
Yeah, she will.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is so. Augment breath is not great. Blind sight is shittier than a level 1 fighter. And explosive fury. You activate your aspect of the worm, which is up there for the really shitty ability that we just got. Choose any number of creatures you see in your aura. Each creature must succeed on a dex save, throw against your save, or take damage. So that's not bad, except that your aura is only 10 feet. So it's like it's not like you're hitting a lot of creatures. That's, I'm broke till Thursday. Seems a bit underwhelming, to be fair. Monks, even without subclass features, get super gross at later levels. That is. The the community actually, I think, generally disagrees with you. Monks get pretty underwhelming compared to the other classes. I mean, they're still a decent class. There's no bad class in D&D as far as I'm concerned, for base class. And I've enjoyed monks. I've played the shit out of monks. Now, at least.
Yeah, I was about to say now.
Yeah. I think they're a decent class. This subclass, they need to make some better subclasses. Monks have some of the worst subclass choices, I think, out of any class. That's bad. That's just plain bad. There's a couple, like, I don't mind some of the earlier stuff, like the wings unfurl. So your third level abilities, like, it might be worth a dip, I guess, if you're gonna multi-class. Get up to third level and then just drop it like a bad habit. Because your 6th level ability is, you get a fly speed during your step of the wind and no other time. So you're spending key point already to do it. And then after that, it's just garbage. Yeah, it's bad. Like half of this stuff from 11th level to 17th level, almost all of this except for like the explosive fury. If you play a Dragonborn, like 3rd level paladin, 1st level fighter, you can pretty much do what their capstone shit is. That's bad.
And actually, technically, if you're playing with the optional feats ability, which most people don't consider optional, but I'm reminding everybody that it is in fact just an option. I mean, there's the thing out of Tasha's that allows you to take a martial type, the martial ability as a feat.
Yeah, that's what I was mentioning about humans could get it right away as well.
Yeah,
but the Dragonborn would get you the breath weapon and stuff. That's I mentioned the Dragonborn paladin fighter.
Yeah.
All right, Ranger. Let's see if you got some love, because Monk did not. So, Drake Warden feature. So you get a Drake. That's the Drake companion. So you learn Thaumaturgy. Cool. Whatever. Tongue of Dragons. You speak Draconic. All right. I mean, that's just a flavor ability. That's not unusual. All right, Drake companion. So this is probably going to be fairly similar to the Tasha's rework of Beastmaster. Except that you magically summon the Drake as an action. That's not bad. Drake is friendly to you. Game statistics below. You determine the cosmetics. Shares your initiative count. So it's working like all the other pets do these days. Which I love and hate, because like they've got the rules getting a little bit better for how pets work. That's not as brokenly bad as the original Beastmaster Ranger, but at the same time, all of the pets are kind of feeling a little same-ish now. Because it's the exact same rules that I think it's the Artificer that was the first one to have these specific rules for pets.
Yeah, it was.
Remains until it gets 0 hit points, until you use summon. Once you summon it, you can't do it again until you finish a long rest. Or you expend a spell slot at 1st level or higher. So you can do it once for free, other than that it costs you spell slots. It's not bad. So
I mean, that's the same thing as the Artificer's pet. If it gets broken, you either spend an hour repairing it, or you spend a spell slot to stand it up right away.
So armor class 14 plus proficiency bonus. That's not bad. It's kind of tanky-ish. 5 plus 5 times your level for hit points. Cool. 40 feet speed, so it's fast. Relatively fast. Decent stat spread. Wisdom is a strong save with Dex as a secondary. Cool. Damage immunity, so it becomes outright immune instead of resistance, which is nice for the damage type. Gets a bite and deals extra damage, determining its type. So it gets an extra, so it's a d6 damage on its bite, plus your proficiency bonus in piercing damage, and then they're adding an extra d6 of elemental damage. It's not bad. Hopefully it gets a boost. We'll see. Hey, Blackburn. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes. So, Bond Fang of Scale. Let's hope so this is, this is 3rd level. That's not too bad at 3rd level. So far so good. I mean, it's not overwhelming. Like, it's nothing new. This is nothing new at all, but it's not bad. Like, 3rd level ability, you get a pet. Honestly, so far so good. I like this better than Beastmaster.
Well, I'm also glad that they call out that you can specifically have the Drake, like the cosmetics for the Drake are entirely up to you.
Yeah, you can change it up. Honestly, it's not too bad so far. Bond of Fang and Scale. The Bond is share. When you summon it, it grows. Oh, it gets wings on its back. It gains a fly speed equal to your walking speed. So right off the bat, 7th level, better than the monk class. Your pet gets a fly speed. In addition, you and the Drake gain the following: mount. So 7th level, you have it's a flying mount now. You can use so even though it becomes medium size, it was small. Even though it's medium size now, you can still use it as a mount even if you're medium sized, apparently. So it bypasses the normal has to be one size category larger than your rule. If you're riding this Drake, it can't use its fly speed. Okay, because you're too fat. That makes sense. You see that Critical Role Campaign 3 started? Yeah, I haven't watched it. Honestly, I didn't watch any of Campaign 2. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. It's not that I'm like, I don't know. It's I liked Campaign 1, but it just didn't grab me as much. And I've had other D&D groups that stream online that I kind of like to watch a little bit more. I liked Critical Role, but I like Dimension 20 or Matt Colville's stuff better. So, they get an extra d6, so their damage goes from 2d6 plus proficiency to 3d6. And resistance, you gain resistance equal to your Drake's damage type. Not bad. I wish it had kept the flying. I mean, 7th level. Flight's not that big of a deal, and you can get flight so many different ways by 7th level. Why not just give it to you? Yeah, I don't know. That I personally would have allowed. I would have made the Drake. I would have given it the flight even when you've got it mounted. Maybe made it start the Drake at medium and make it large or something. Oh, back into the pretty princess.
Especially since, I mean, considering, and I mean, and at that point you've also got the Drake. If you're a small size character and you summon it, you lose out on its flight still too. I mean,
yeah, I don't get that. If you're small, it should 100% keep its fly speed. I mean, I feel like there's going to be some changes in our games for these classes. The monk one, I don't even know if we can save it, but there's a couple of tweaks for this ranger one that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
But the monk's trash. All right, 11th level. I'm assuming it gets a breath weapon. As an action, you can exhale a 30-foot cone of damaging breath, or cause your Drake to exhale it. So that's pretty cool. You or your pet gets it. Choosing your type does not have to match your Drake's Draconic Essence. So even if you summon like a red Drake with fire breath, it can suddenly spew lightning because you decided so. That's pretty cool.
Nice. So
if you chose wrong, you're like summoned a red Drake and all of a sudden you're fighting fire elementals, you're like, fuck! You can still have like a cold breath weapon attack at least once. So it's a cone, dex save, 8d6 damage. So already out damaging the monk on the breath weapon. Although you probably can't use it as often. Damage increases to 10d6 at 15th level. That's not bad, actually. So once per long rest, or expending a spell slot of 3rd level or higher to use it. That's not bad. I mean, you're getting to higher level play. If you're straight up ranger, you can't use it often. If you're in much higher level of play and you've multi-classed like ranger druid or ranger cleric or something like that, then you can probably use it a little more often. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. It's not special, but it's not bad.
It's solid. It's solid.
That's the thing. A lot of these abilities so far aren't unique or really flavorful. They're just there. So far, it's not bad though. Perfect Bond, 15th level. When it is summoned, it gains all of the following effects. So its damage of its bite goes up again. So now it's doing 4d6 on a bite. Not bad, considering its action economy. I mean, you're still doing your ranger shit on top of this. Now it's large size. So it takes until 15th level before you can use it as a flying mount. That's a little late, I think. Considering the vast majority of campaigns never make it that high, you're restricted from multi-classing. That's a little late, I think. I believe that should have been that in the 7th level ability. I think Large Drake should have been in 7th level because there's no other benefit to it being large size.
Yeah, exactly. There's no, I mean, it's...
And then whenever you or Drake takes damage, when you're within 30 feet, you can use your reaction to give yourself or Drake resistance to that instance of damage. A number of times equal to your proficiency bonus on a long rest. That's not bad. It's yeah, it's uncanny. It's basically a rogue's uncanny dodge for you and your pet for the most part, except that you have a finite number of uses. Once again, I mean, you're getting it later than a rogue. Like if you've just multi-classed rogue, you could have had that a hell of a lot sooner. It's not as bad as the monk, but it's not over. It's whelming. It's whelming. All right, I'd probably give it a try at some point. It's good for flavor. I like the Drake pet. That's pretty nice. I like the picture that they got going on here, like this, like I don't know if he's a lizard folk or a dragonborn, but I think he's a dragonborn. Where's his tail?
Doesn't have a tail. Doesn't have a tail.
Dragonborn have tails. I don't care what they say. I don't care what Wizard says. Dragonborn have tails.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, so and turn this a bit. There we go. It's not bad. It's all right. All right. Heroes of the Dragon. Sorcerers whose magic comes from draconic origins. Is there not? Oh, okay. Or Drake companions, monks, etc. Okay, Heroes of the Dragon. So, okay, so we're getting into feats now. So those were the only subclasses. I'm underwhelmed by that. No, I'm kind of underwhelmed by that. All right, feats.
Two archetypes.
Yeah, you get 2 subclasses out of this, and one of them's not good. One of them's kind of garbage, and one of them is all right. So Gift of the Chromatic Dragon. You've manifested some of the power of blah 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 blah. So Chromatic Infusion is bonus action. Touch a simple. So you're giving elemental damage to a weapon. As a bonus action, you can do it. As a bonus action, touch a simple martial. Infuse it with the following damage types. Deals an extra damage of the chosen type when it hits. After you use this bonus action, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest. Am I missing something, or does it not say how long it lasts?
There is no timer in there on how long it lasts.
Okay, so you just get an extra D4 elemental damage. Oh, for the next minute. There it is. Okay, I missed that bit. For the next minute. Yeah. Okay.
Right there.
That's all right. It's all right, and then you get a reactive resistance equal to your proficiency bonus, regaining on a long rest. That's not bad. That's not bad. I can see it being. I can see a couple of combos that could be useful in. I give that that's okay. I like that. It's not great, but that's not bad. Gift of the Gem Dragon. So it's a half ASI. intelligence, wisdom, or charisma. When you take damage, you can use your action to animate telekinetic energy. They take 2d8 force damage and are pushed 10 feet away from you. I mean, I guess they had to throw something in there to like match the gem dragons. Honestly, like, you know, it doesn't deal damage, but there's already a telekinetic feat that honestly gives you stuff.
It's Psychic Hellish Rebuke. That doesn't scale.
Oh, I'll be adding these. It'll take 2 seconds for me to even like type this stuff in manually into Foundry later. I'll be adding these in the Foundry as well. I may put notes at the bottom of mine though, because I think I'm going to run a couple of house rules for some of this stuff, because that's honestly for some of it. Gift of the Gem Dragon underwhelms me, considering there's kind of a bit of a lap over with an existing feat already. Like, yeah, you get some extra damage on it and stuff, but you don't get anything else with it. The telekinetic feat gives you other stuff. I don't know. It's meh. Gift of the Metallic Dragon. So you get Cure Wounds. Okay. Once for free, of course. Then you can cast it using spell slots. I do like the fact that they are putting this in more and more of the feats. When you get the spell, it's not just that you get to cast it for free, but you also get to cast it using spell slots. They didn't do that the first couple of times they made feats with stuff, and then it was in I think Tasha's that they started realizing, hey, why don't we just give them the spell? That's nice. I like that. And wings. You can protective wings, so you don't actually fly with them. They're just protective. Hit by an attack, use your reaction. So it's a shield. Grant a bonus to the target's AC equal to your proficiency bonus against that attack roll, potentially causing it to miss. Use this reaction number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, coming back on a long rest. So it's kind of like the shield spell, but you can use it on yourself or someone adjacent to you. So once again, it's got some weird crossovers with other feats, but it's not a bad feat. I could actually see playing like a Dragonborn Paladin where you've taken like the Sentinel feat, this, and like Shield Master as like a solid like protective build. Or even not a dragon, like even just a human, just get the extra feat or something, or custom lineage. It's not bad. I can see Gift of the Metallic Dragon maybe being taken. It doesn't, once again, it doesn't wow me. It's not, oh, that's so like unique and interesting and different. Like none of these are. Everything in here honestly, is just...
Honestly, Gift of the Chromatic as a human first level, I mean, that's awesome as like first through, third, because I mean, at that point you're giving yourself the ability to give your weapon a damage type for a minute, which is at that level is pretty boss. But I mean,
it falls off hard.
Yeah, it falls off real hard.
Yeah, it falls off really hard.
Considering how, if I'm not mistaken, it also didn't say that it counts as magic.
It did not say it counted as magic. It's just, well, the elemental damage does count as magic because it's elemental damage. Like there's no non-magical elemental resistance versus magical elemental resistance. But it doesn't make the weapon count as a magical attack. So the piercing, slashing, bludgeoning damage you do with your weapon is still considered mundane.
Yeah.
I guess stacking it onto a paladin or a rogue could be okay. But yeah, other than that, like, it's great. That's a front-loaded feat that really falls off.
Yeah.
All right. Spells don't let me down. I always get tickled pink with spells. All right, starting out with a Chardalon. So they've got a lot of name stuff in here. So a Chardalon Stride. So third level, bonus action spell. Nice to see more bonus action spells. I like that. I want to see more bonus action spells. Concentration for a minute. Speed increases by 20 feet. You don't provoke opportunity attacks while moving. When you move within 5 feet of an object that isn't being worn or carried, it takes 1d6 fire damage from your trail of heat. Holy shit. This damage once each turn. So that's not bad. Third level makes sense considering the other movement boosting ones, which aren't bonus actions or cause fire damage or anything, or not provoking or are slightly less. It's not a bad third level spell, actually. You become Zagreus. I was playing that game again the other day. I had missed Hades. It was so much fun. I actually don't mind this as a utility spell. Like, a speed increase, this is only on self, unfortunately. Although there's 1 or 2 ways I can think of to cheese that onto someone else. It's difficult, though.
Who gets it?
Artificer, Ranger, Sorcerer, Wizard.
Okay.
The Ranger's got an asterisk and it doesn't... oh no, so the Artificer's asterisk. Oh, just that the Artificer appears in the following books. So Artificer, Ranger, Sorcerer, Wizard. This would be... I mean, you don't get it till later, but this would be kind of baller on a Ranger, honestly.
Yeah, especially since you don't provoke with it.
It would be really good on an Artificer. Sorcerer, if you're doing a Gish combo, would be really good. Wizard, not as much, depending on your build. I mean, maybe you're a War Wizard or Abjur and you're doing a Gish combo or something. Bards, Bards don't get it, unfortunately. Oh yes, Bards could get anything. Yeah, but it could be good on a Bard. Actually, what I'm thinking right now, my Paragon Sorcerer with this would be a good combo, actually. Which, for those watching this in the future that don't know, that Paragon Sorcerer is one of my subclasses from my book, which I'm gonna do like a review thing on one day. Wizard has better available. Maybe. For what they do, I believe Wizard, this isn't as useful for Wizard, but for the other classes, I actually think this is not a bad spell. I actually do not mind this spell. I like it. Don't tell Parappa you can do fire runs. But like 20 feet boost is not a small amount. No longer provoking opportunity attacks, and you're dealing radiant fire damage to everything around you. I like it. I give that one a stamp of approval. It's not amazing. It's not blow your mind amazing, but it's good. I like it. I don't mind it. The fact that it's a bonus action. Hey, how's it going? Awesome subber.
Which actually makes it super, super useful, the fact that it's a bonus action. It's just like, excuse me, I need to go now.
Yeah, that's the thing, is if you need to get the fuck out of dodge and you're stuck, then you can like bonus action this. Like say, like even if you do take this as a wizard, this is a get like, yes, you could have Misty Step and stuff at this point. But if for some reason you don't, or there's a reason you can't use Misty Step, or maybe just for flavor, I don't know, there's, not to mention, you know, Ranger or something that doesn't have that, it's a good get out of dodge. Bonus action, then you can use your action to dash, because you no longer provoke. There's a lot of things. I think it's more as an offensive spell, personally. If you couple this, like, you get the Ranger, you couple this with a couple of things that can make you resistant and or outright immune to certain things. I could see like a Ranger casting this spell, causing radiant fire damage, and fucking booking it into a black powder room of a ship or something, and just exploding all of the gunpowder.
And then not looking back as it goes.
And then just like 80s style, like, yeah, as you like leave out of it. I could see this being used. It is better than Longstrider. It is a higher level spell than Longstrider. I do, because Longstrider's 2, I believe, isn't it? I think.
Depends on who gets it. I thought it was 1 for most people.
1. Yeah, 1. You're right. I think Longstrider's 1. Yeah, so I mean, it's much higher level, but it does have a lot more shit to it. It's like an upgrade of Longstrider. Not as useful for Ranger, because once again, Rangers don't get 3rd level spells for a hot second, so yeah, it's all right. I think Artificer is probably one of the main ones that would be using this, maybe. Especially if you were not like an Artificer Wizard combo or something. Or Bard, as Corsair mentioned, I believe. Oh, Blade Singer would be sweet. Or someone mentioned Bard. Yeah, it was Corsair. Yeah. Yeah, any Gish character, basically. Any Gish character. Draconic Transformation, 7th level. We don't see these very often. You don't get up there. So another bonus action. All of this is bonus action by the looks of it. This makes me happy. There's not enough bonus action spells, especially high level. So 7th level bonus action spell. Concentration, 500 gold piece. Not consumed material component. With a roar, you gain the following. So blind sight, 30 feet. So already this is better than the blind sight from the subclass. In a spell. I don't know why they have to put, moreover you can see invisible creatures. Why do they have to put that for blind sight? Isn't literally the point of blind sight that you can see things without relying on sight? Invisible only affects sight? I don't know why they have to add that sentence. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyways, and you get a breath weapon and wings. So you become a pseudo dragon. Dragon-ish. See, it's decided it needs to have label telling you your coffee is hot. Every detail counts. I guess. But I mean, like, that's literally the point of blind sight, for things that you cannot see. Oh, whatever. So, blind sight 30 feet, which is decent. Big old cone. That you can use once per turn for the rest of the spell. As a bonus action, which means technically you cannot do it on the same round that you cast the spell. Because the spell is a bonus action. So
oh darn, I can't breathe on the turn that I get wings and blind sight.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna have to cast an actual, damaging spell or something.
You can cantrip. You can cast cantrip. And then you get wings with a fly speed of 60 feet. It's not, like, once again, it's not a bad spell. It's actually a decent spell, I think. Nothing special. There's nothing here that's wowing me, but it's solid.
BHG pointed it out, and so did Corsair. It's when you cast this spell and as a bonus action on subsequent turns.
Oh, when you cast this spell. So you do get it right away. Okay, never mind. You get it right away. So that is actually... So when you cast this spell, so you still get your breath weapon and a spell. Okay, that even makes it better. That actually makes this a really good spell. So even if you were just casting this for the breath weapon alone, you can still get a spell on top of this. Fuck, that's not too bad. Okay, I like this better. Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't mind that. I mean, 7th level, so you're already pretty beefy at this point. This is just icing on the cake if you're a spellcaster that's doing 7th level spells. Wish it was a cheaper spell. It is a lot they're throwing in one spell. This is a toolbox and a half. I can actually, looking at other spells like 6th level spells and 4th, 5th level spells, like you look at, like, how much damage does Cone of Cold do? And that's basically this breath weapon in a one-shot spell. And Cone of Cold is 5th, I think. So you're getting multiple versions of Cone of Cold in whatever element. You're getting wings, you're getting a 30-foot blind sight, all for a minute. That's not bad. Another great for Gish again. Yeah, it does seem to be a lot of Gish stuff in here. I actually think 7th level is actually the right level for this. You're getting a lot in this toolbox. It's a toolbox spell. You're getting a lot, so I actually don't think it's bad. The Statuette of a Dragon worth 500. I'm glad it's not, like, if it was consumed, I would be upset. But it's just, you just have to have it. I don't know if that's needed. but it doesn't really, that doesn't come out, especially at this level, that doesn't come out into play that often. I don't think that 500 gold, honestly, if you're that high level of a caster, 500 gold's fucking pocket change anyways. Whatever, it's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
I got a meeting I gotta head to. I'll be back though.
Yeah, sure, not a problem. Eating the following benefits. Yeah, so, and it's force damage, so I do find it's kind of weird that it's force damage. I'm not complaining. That's awesome. Like, it's force damage. That's probably the best damage type you could get into it. I'm just very surprised. So I actually like this spell. The more I read it, the more I like this spell. This is actually, if you're in a game that gets up that far, I'm pretty happy with this spell. Sorcerers could change the element type of the spell. Yeah, so, well, sorcerers, wizards, there's several, like if you're a Order of the Scribe Wizard, you can just be like, no, it's a different type. Actually, if you're an Order of the Scribe Wizard, this is another good level, 7th level spell, because then you can use the Force descriptor here to make any other 7th level spells you have Force. A piece of paper titled Statue of a Dragon worth 500 gold pieces. Just like 500 gold pieces wrapped in tin foil, shaped like a dragon. There, done. High level dragon center campaign. Let's go! All right, I like that. Okay, so I am happy, fairly happy with that spell. I think it's balanced. I think 7th level is the right spell level for this. I wish there was a lesser version of this at maybe like 5th level, but I think this is balanced. This is good. Council of Worms. I've got my Council of Worms box set around somewhere where everyone got to play like actual dragons and shit. All right, next level, another bonus action. Loving the bonus action stuff. Thank you, wizards, for finally giving us more bonus action spells. But it's another high level spell. A lot of high level stuff. So Fizban's Platinum Shield. This one you need an actual platinum plated dragon scale worth 500 gold pieces. What is with these esoteric material components for these spells? So, bonus action, concentration minute. Create a field of silvery light. Sheds dim light in 5 feet. That alone is worth a 6th level spell. So, while surrounded by the field, range 60 feet. That surrounds a creature of your choice. So, the creature has half cover, so you're kind of obscured by the field. Plus 2 to AC, stuff like that. That's not bad. Not bad. You resistance to one thing, and you get evasion. And then you can move the field around. I don't know. I don't know if this is worth a 6th level spell slot. It's not a bad spell if it wasn't for that. Dim light, better than light. I like the components being dumb. Quest potential. That's true. That's true. Me and you wiretapping each other. Yeah, hooks to interact with the new dragons. Okay, I get it. It is flavor. I don't mind. And once you get up to that level and you have the component, very rarely are you going to be in a circumstance where you don't have your material components. Very rarely. I don't mind this spell, but I don't think it's 6th level worthy. Like dim light, which is just a non-thing. So cover, damage resistance, and it's a concentration spell, so it's not like you might lose it. And you get evasion. I like it, and the fact that you can cast it on someone else is super nice. Like if it was self only, this should be 4th level, 3rd level even. The fact that you can pop it around to other people continuously. 4th, I think, maybe not, 5th at max. 6th, that seems too much to me. twin spell it. You could twin spell it. That's true. That's pretty nice. But that's a very specific. We're taking this in a void for a moment. Twin spell is in its own little bubble there. I like the spell, but I do feel 6th level is a little chunky. It reminds people those rules exist. Yeah, I use the rules cover rules in my games. I regularly screw players over, like, without them even realizing, as they shoot through people. Like, my bad guys will get that +2 because you're shooting through, like, your friends' squares and stuff, which is a thing. I also incorporated a tower shield into my games where you can set the tower shield to give 3/4 cover through that square. But it affects friend and foe. Just because you're shooting through your friend's square doesn't mean anything. So, like there's a +5 to AC against range attacks on the other side and stuff. So it's good to remind, because there's a lot of DMs, like I forgot about these cover rules for the longest time until I started using them again. So that's not bad. But yeah, lower level, I think, and Fizban's Platinum Shield would be good. But whatever, it goes into the lists quite quickly as a tower shield. Yeah. Yeah, I like the tower shield. I think I did okay. I gotta clarify the rules a little bit. It's because it's meant to say that it's set until you move, and I think I forgot to add that addendum to it, that when after you bonus action set the shield, that it unsets when you move. Either I can have it where if you set the shield, you can only move like 5 feet or something while it's set. Or if you move greater than 5 feet, unsets. I don't know. Nether's Mischief. Okay, we're finally getting lower level again. No bonus action, unfortunately. But 2nd level, that's not too bad. So, 3rd level sorcerer, whatever. Build a 20-foot cube with Fey and Draconic magic. Ooh. Oh, it's a table. Oh, it's like a wild magic table. Okay. Oh, we're gonna. This one's 100% going on basically every wild magic sorcerer I make. And mulling around with the idea since I've been homebrewing many of them. Oh, I want to make a mushroom that swells into half cover when tossed or something like that. Nice. You and your mushrooms. So I like this. This is perfect for like wild magic. Yes. So a charm effect, blind effect, a giggling creature incapacitation, so like a Tasha's hideous laughter effect, or making difficult terrain in the area. Yeah, I'm okay with this. A piece of crust from an apple pie. Now it's not gold piece value, so you could just use a. You can either have a component pouch or focus or whatever, but I like it. Interesting that it doesn't take verbal components. I know, right? Just like snap your fingers and have some pie. Just like finish eating the pie, be like, oh shit. I like it. I don't mind that at all. I'm glad. I like seeing another table effect. I want to see more wild magic shit. This makes me happy. I'm a little surprised it's in this book and it wasn't in like the literally Fey oriented book we just got. Like, it says Fey and Draconic magic, and nothing really here says Draconic to me. This is very much a trickster Fey thing. Whatever. But it's not bad. I don't mind it. I can see me putting this in. Yeah. Rolotham's Psychic Lance. So 4th level, so you better be fairly chunky. At a creature you see in range, so it's an action 120 feet, just verbal. It's weird for, oh, it's enchantment. See, utter a creature's name. Alternatively, you can utter a creature's name if the name target is within range. It becomes a spell target, even if you can't see it. That's not bad. Name target is within range. Lance dissipates. So, intelligence saving throw. I'd like to see more of those. You don't see enough intelligence saving throws. On a failed save, it's 76 psychic damage. So the damage value isn't the greatest, but it is psychic damage. Mind you, I can cheese a fireball into psychic damage with a wizard or a sorcerer. And it's incapacitated till the start of your next turn. That's a big deal too. On a successful save, it's half damage and not incapacitated. Yeah, no, that's pretty good, actually. That's pretty good. I can see why it's 4th level and not 3rd. Otherwise, that would you would take this instead of like lightning bolt or fireball. And in some cases, yes, you're only doing 1 creature, and the damage isn't the most, but it's psychic damage, and you're incapacitating them, and you don't even have to see them, so you can shoot it around corners. Not bad. Not bad. I can see it's circumstantial, but it's not bad. I like this. Yeah. And it's only tied up. You can be like tied up and naked, still cast this. I don't mind this. So that's a good spell. I like it. Once again, not overwhelming, but it's good. Rhymes Binding Ice. You better be good. Okay, so action. Range is self, but 30-foot cone. Instantaneous. Okay, so it's a damaging evocation. Burst of cold emanates from you in a 30-foot cone. So 2nd level 30-foot cone. That's not bad already. Let's make a con save. 3d8 cold damage, and is hindered by ice formations for a minute. Creature hindered by ice has its speed reduced to 0. So basically grappled. Half as much damage and isn't hindered by ice. So it's basically like the grappled condition. You're reduced to 0 until it or another uses an action. So it takes an action to break away. So that's not bad. 30-foot cone, 3d8 damage, and you're either reducing their movement to 0 or costing them an action. I don't know if I'd ever overcast it, because honestly, like, 3rd level spell, you're only doing 48, like, just fireball at that point. Change the damage type to cold if you need. But as a 2nd level spell, that's decent. That is decent. I like it. I like it. That is a large area of effect for a 2nd level spell that can incapacitate, do damage. Like, you have a carpet of like kobolds in front of you and you're like, fuck you. Excuse me. I like it. That's good. I will be using this spell, I think. Unless I've read something wrong. That's not bad. Like a super cold burning hands. I mean, it's 2nd level instead of 1st, but it's a good 2nd level. So yeah, that's good. I like it. I approve. Summon Draconic Spirit, so it's pet. Another summon. So they're just adding, they added dragon, because that's what they were missing. They were missing a dragon. So it's probably going to be very similar to the other summon spells. Choose a family. So instead of choosing, like in like this summon nature's spirit, for instance, you choose like flying, swimming, whatever. This you choose chromatic, gem, or metallic. So it's the same as all the other summon spells. It's not gonna blow me away, but it's useful. If you're playing a summoner build, it's useful. Magical items. Okay, let's see what we got here. Amethyst Lodestone. Fist-sized chunk of amethyst infused, blah blah blah. Where you're low, you have advantage on strength saving throws while you're carrying it. So even if you're not attuned to it, you're still getting an advantage. You're still getting a benefit from it. Just while you're carrying it, you have advantage on strength saving throws. Popped up. What are you doing to me, OBS? So Lodestone has 6 charges with the following properties. Oh, okay, maybe you do need to have attunement for it. They don't clarify. It says while you're carrying it, but you may still have to be attuned to it for that. Because this also says while you're holding it, but it doesn't say about the attunement. So you regain, so it's like a wand, but it's not a wand. It's actually, it works more like a staff. It's the different things cause different charges. So flight, gravitational thrust, which is a push, a 20-foot push, or reverse gravity. Okay, cool. Very rare. Not bad. So it's basically a staff without calling it a staff. Crystal Blade. I bet it's for Gish characters. This magic sword's blade, blah blah. You hit with an attack roll using the sword. The target takes an extra D8 radiant damage. Interesting. Okay. Sword has 3 charges. Regains charges at dawn. When you hit a creature with an attack using the sword, you can spend a charge to regain a number of hit points equal to the extra radiant damage the sword dealt. So it's healing on damage. When you're holding the sword, you can use a bonus action to cause it to shed bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for additional 30-foot. And dim light to cause it to shed dim light in a 10-foot radius or to douse the light. Okay, so it's a constant light source. Does a little extra damage, and 1 to 3 times a day, depending on your charges, you can heal yourself that extra bit. Not bad. Not bad. I can see why it's not uncommon. Yeah, rare makes sense. Yeah, so it's alright. Pretty good. I actually don't mind that. It's got some flavor to it. Like, it's not mechanically like, whoa, but it's got some flavor to it. I don't mind it. Dragonhide belts. It's got variants. Oh, it's for monks. Oh, monk items. Yes, please. While wearing it, you gain a bonus to your saving throw DCs of your key features. Equal to the... In addition, you can use an action to regain key points equal to the roll of your martial arts die. Oh, that's nice. That's a big... Especially at low level, that's a huge fucking deal. Imagine at low level just rolling a d6 and then rolling a 6 and getting like fucking 6 key points back. Just like, oh, and they're all back. And that's theoretically could be, because that doesn't change by the rarity of the item. So even an uncommon item could theoretically regain you your key. That is nice. I like it. Yeah, every monk's gonna want to wear these. Really, Lily? Really? You gotta be running out of them pretty princesses soon. Dragon hunting monk guilds. I like it. Dragonhide belt? I like it. I like it. That is good. Yes, please. Dragon Lance. Oh, they should name a campaign setting after these things. So yeah, it's legendary. So yeah, it's a Dragon Lance. Oh, they even mentioned Bahamut, so that's like legitimately from the Dragon Lance campaign setting. Dragon Lance. Plus 3 magic weapon. When you hit a dragon, the dragon takes an extra 3d6 force damage. And any dragon of your choice that you can see within 30 feet immediately can use this reaction to make a melee attack. It is a Dragon Lance. For anyone familiar with the Dragon Lance campaign setting, it is a Dragon Lance. Yeah, imagine if they did. I don't even know how all the legal shit with Dragonlance got settled. Like, I know it stopped. Like, there's no lawsuits going on, but I don't know how they finished or what. So I don't know. Dragon Wing Bow. You hit with an attack roll using the bow. It takes an extra elemental damage as determined by the type of the bow, and it's all over the place. Like, it's every elemental type, including force. Produces its own ammunition. So it's a bow that deals an extra d6 damage and produces its own ammunition. But it's not a plus to hit or anything like that. I'd be tempted to almost say this should have been an uncommon rather than a rare, but it's not bad. Even hearing the word Dragonlance makes me want to recreate Noir again in 5e. Yeah, because Dragonlance, I think Dragonlance was your first campaign setting, wasn't it? Because you said I was like your first main DM, and we were playing Fails of the Lance at the time. Yes, I said Fails of the Lance. So Dragonwing Bow, not bad. I mean, in the end, the rarity doesn't matter that much. It's up to your GM and whether they're giving them out or not. It's a decent bow. Does away, like, as much as the extra d6 damage is important, doing away with ammunition is also kind of a big deal. I don't mind dealing, like, I personally as a player do not mind tracking my ammunition and stuff. I like all the little numbers and details. There's a lot of players that do not want to have to deal with that shit. So, doing away with it, not a bad idea. I'm okay with that. Bows keep getting shafted. Ironic. Emerald Pen, uncommon. You can cast illusory script at will, requiring no material components. What kind of illusory script do again? A creature true, so it's a hidden message. You can use this material, this magical item, to basically make hidden messages. The writing appears normal, written in your hand, and conveys whatever meaning you. To all others, the writing appears as if it were written in unknown or magical. So it's unintelligible to anyone that you say it's intelligible to. Yeah, I'm torn on whether this should have been a common item or uncommon, but it is pretty useful. I mean, it's a neat item. I will probably throw this into a game at some point. I like it. Flail of Tiamat, legendary, also a big deal. Anyone from Dragonlance campaign setting will recognize this. So +3 weapon, 5d4 damage of one of the damage types of Tiamat, basically. Command word. To breathe a 90-foot cone of flames. On a failed save is 14d6 damage. That's not a small amount of damage. Whoa. Oh, it's not. It says flames here, but then it says a damage of your choice out of the standard Tiamat chromatic types. 14d6, 90-foot cone. I mean, it is legendary, but hot damn, that's a weapon. Okay. Yeah. That is scary. That is a scary weapon. That is a scary weapon. Gold Canary figurine and Wondrous Power. So new figurine and Wondrous Power. I've been waiting for more of these. So it's a canary that can turn into a dragon? Oh no, maybe there's two of them. Oh, that's interesting. And what, depending on your hit points, whether you can use this as a canary or a dragon. So the figurine becomes a giant canary normally for up to 8 hours, can be ridden as a mount. Cool, cool. But while you're missing half or more of your hit points, you can turn it into an adult gold dragon. Wow. 8 bits bot. 8-bit bots just cheered 8 bits. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, for the 80 bitties. For an hour. Okay, I was waiting for an extra stat block, but no, it's just a legit adult gold dragon, just without legendary or lair actions. For an hour. Oh, you can only use this way once per year. So this is an oh shit card. That's just still pretty badass. That's still pretty badass. Once per year, you get a dragon. Just be like, I need a dragon now. I'm okay with that. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. So it's got a regular useful thing to it. It's a flying mount. With a half decent attack, all things considered. But then once a year, if you're losing, this could turn the tide. I like it. I like it. That's got some flavor to it. That one's good. Platinum Scarf. Another legendary. Oh my gosh, lots of legendary stuff. Breath of Life. Scarf is made of sturdy cloth and covered in platinum scales. Doesn't say there's a limited number of scales. Oh, once 3 scales have been pulled. Okay. So a scale disappears with the Breath of Life for 10d4 plus 4 healing. Or sorry, 10d4, just 10d4. 10d4 healing. Cool. Platinum Shield for 1 hour. Scale becomes a +1 shield. and gives you immunity to radiant damage, or Radiant Hammer for an hour, or until you dismiss it. Magical Light Hammer deals extra radiant damage. Deals radiant damage instead of bludgeoning damage, and it deals extra radiant damage against Chromatic Dragons. Oh, okay, the 3 scales is per dawn. The scales grow back. If you pull off a scale but don't speak a command word, it disappears after a minute. So that's pretty cool. So you can, this is, once again, it's a staff reflavored that instead of charges, it scales. And the scales come back, the charges come back. That is, I can see why it's a legendary item. Fuck. No questions asked. We'll give you an adult gold dragon for an hour. Yeah, I like this. This is not bad. Once again, legendary, very definitely legendary. A lot of legendaries here. Jesus. Okay. A legendary potion. Don't see very many of these. The potion looks like liquid gold, the single scale, blah, blah, blah. I don't need that right now. When you drink this potion, you transform into an adult dragon of the same kind as the dragon the scale is made from. So there's a different one for each dragon type, basically, for an hour. Equipment you're welding goes into their form. For the duration, use the game statistics of the adult dragon instead of your own, but you retain your languages, personalities, and memories. So it's as per the shape change spell, basically. Can't use a dragon's change shape or legendary or lair action. So you turn, it's a potion to turn you into a dragon. Cool. Cool. I like it. It's not wow, but I like it. I like it. Turn into a dragon. Ruby Weave Gem. So another legendary, but only for spellcasters. Can use this as a spellcasting focus. I should hope so. Has 3 charges daily at dawn. Whether you cast a spell holding this gem, you can expend up to 3 charges to ignore the spell's material components. The gold piece cost of up to 500 gold pieces per charge expended. That's nice. Like near endless revivifies, please. When you finish a long rest, choose a spell from any class list. The spell you choose must be of any level you can cast. The known chosen spell and can cast it without the spell slots of the you know the chosen spell and can cast it with your spell slots until the appropriate level until the end of your next long rest. Yeah. I can definitely see this. Yeah. I can definitely see this is almost custom made for Revivify. Because you can just use it one. Revivify, if I remember correctly, is 500 gold pieces. I mean, theoretically, you could use this for anything. Like, yes, I could see a lot of other uses for this, but this seems almost custom made for just free revivifies. It's like, hey, are your players tired of losing their characters? Here, have some free reses. Like, that would basically be 3 free revivifies a day. For any spellcasting class being able to do it. Be like, don't have a cleric? That's fine, the wizard can do it. Because if Revivify is 500 gold pieces, you could do it 3 times, because you don't have to do it all at once. That's 3 free ones. Or if you've got a higher level one, like you can even do things like later levels, like what is it, Hero's Feast or whatever? I forget how much Hero's Feast costs, but like 1500 reduction in the cost of like Hero's Feast. Not bad. Not bad, because there's no limit to what spell you choose. Just any fucking spell as long as you can cast it. That's crazy. That's pretty crazy. I can see why it's legendary. Very rare. So it's a buckler, it's a shield. Big old dragon scale shield. Resistance to psychic and thunder. Cool. Take damage from a creature, you can use a reaction to deal thunder damage to them. So it's like a hellish rebuke, but of thunder damage. If they're next to you, of course. As an action, you can use a shield to help you locate aberrations. So you can summon, you can detect aberrations within a mile of you, emitting a low humming tone for a moment. You know the direction of all aberrations within range. That's not bad. So you actually know the direction, not just that they're there. Not bad. So it's a shield. It's a shield that gets, it's all right. It's not bad. It is. I think that's very campaign specific. I think that would be not useful in every campaign, but I mean, a lot of campaigns tend to have certain themes, at least for part of it, at least for elements, for story arcs, stuff like this. If you're dealing with a lot of aberrations, this could be definitely something you're throwing in there at some point for your players. I could see that. Topaz Annihilator. So, a weapon, a firearm, a legendary firearm. Yes, please. There needs to be more of these. Odd book to drop a firearm, but cool. So it's a musket. In lieu of any ammunition, it holds a glowing yellow scale from a topaz dragon in its heart. So it's like charged by dragon power. So it's 100, 300 is its range. So it's a good like sniping weapon. Two-handed because it's musket. Deals necrotic damage. 2d6 necrotic damage. And if it reduces a creature or object to 0 hit points, the target is reduced to dust. It's a disintegrate. It's got the disintegrate feature. There's no coming back from that. While the weapon is on your person, you can use an action. And it's got disintegrate. You can use an action to cast disintegrate. Once this property is used, it can't be used again until the next dawn. It is a disintegrate rifle. It's fucking like antimatter disintegrate rifle is what they put in here in the Dragon book. That is crazy. That is just crazy. I love it. I love it. Not something you give your players right away. But it's also thematic. Even if it didn't have this disintegrate feature and you knock this down to like maybe just like very rare, just this first part alone, just dealing necrotic damage on the hit instead of normal, and then turning creatures to dust, I think just that is thematic alone. Just like pew, pew, poof. I think that's pretty good. I like that. I like it. Okay, horde magic items. Certain magic items can absorb the ambient property of, or ambient magic of a dragon's horde. The mightier the dragon, the more powerful the item. Horde item in its slumbering state of certain base properties. So these are special magical items. So the horde item wakens as it goes, increasing in power. Horde item is left to steep in the dragon's horde, so it's like just being in a dragon's horde makes this thing more powerful over time. If no creature is attuned to a horde item and that item isn't a dragon horde, the item decreases in power by 1 state every 30 days. So like basically as you're attuned to it, it just wakes up slowly. It needs to be in the dragon's horde for 8 hours for 1 state. So like if it's been in the dragon horde for like a couple of days, it could wake all the way up. Otherwise it goes to sleep. Cool. Steeped in the dragon's horde. As long as so the dragon needs to have not been dead for very long for it to work. But it looks like once you're tied to the item, it stays awake. It's only once you've no longer been tied to it that it starts to slumber again. Interesting mechanics there. That could be something you have to deal with storyline wise. I like that. Interesting mechanics. This is finally something pretty unique. So there's a list of quirks. Some of them are useful. Getting swim speed, advantage on history checks, stuff like that. Dragon's Wrath weapon. I'm liking this so far. I like this stuff. This has got some uniqueness to it. Weapon is decorated. So, well, it's slumbering. So this is any type of weapon. So during slumbering, it's just an uncommon weapon. So even when slumbering, it's still useful. On a nat 20, each creature of your choice, each creature of your choice takes 5 damage of the type dealt by the dragon's breath weapon. Cool. As it stirs, it becomes a +1 weapon, dealing extra damage on a hit. Then because +2 weapon, extra damage, can do a 30-foot cone of 8d6. That's not small. And then finally, when it wakes all the way up, +3 weapon, extra damage, and bigger cone. Cool. Dragon Touch Focus. So spellcaster item. So slumbering, advantage on initiative rolls. That's when it's asleep. That's not bad. And it's the spellcasting focus. Starting to wake up. It has an additional property determined by the family of the dragon whose horde it becomes. So chromatic, gem, and metallic. So chromatic, whenever you use a spell slot that deals elemental damage of that type, roll an extra d6 and gain bonus damage. So extra d6 of that elemental type. You might want to theme your caster if you get something like that. Gem, whenever you use a slot to cast a spell, you can teleport. You can basically Misty Step 15 feet. That's not bad. That's more than not bad. That's, wow. So that when it starts to wake up, if you've managed to get this thing, that's like every time you cast a spell, that's like infinite Misty Steps with a gem one. Shit. I feel like that's stronger. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then metallic, you can use your reaction to give a creature advantage on a saving throw. That's also not too bad. So that's, the chromatic one is kind of underwhelming. But the gem and metallics are pretty good. As it wakes up, you get extra spells. What's the items used? To cast a given spell can be, so you get like 1 free spell of each of them. And then depending on if it's chromatic, gem, or metallic, hold monster, rhymes, binding, ice. So each one of them gets one of the new spells and an existing spell. Cool. And then finally, when it fully wakes up, in addition to when you cast a spell of 1st level or higher while holding this focus, treat the spell as if it were cast as a 9th level spell slot. You can use it once per dawn. So just like all the way. If you have that ascendant one where you treat it as a 9th level spell slot, and you have a cleric that has the divine channel where it can like just like maximize the damage of a spell, imagine that combo. That's a fucking nuke right there. I like it. Not bad. I like all of these so far. I'm just gonna I'm not gonna read all of them in detail. We're just gonna oh, there's only one more. Vessel. So this is like a potion bottle or drinking horn or something. So it's not the potion, it's just the bottle. So it's like imbuing whatever you're pouring into the bottle. So you can, oh, I see. You can speak a command to fill it with ale, olive oil, potion of healing, or potion of climbing. Once per dawn. And the potion needs to be used within that 24 hours. Cool. When it wakes up, you just get different potions: fire breath, greater healing, then superior healing, flying, or wine. I don't know why I waited so long with wine. Legendary is whiskey. Of course, whiskey's the best. And supreme healing or potion of dragon's majesty, which is the one that turns you into a dragon. That's pretty cool. So this item, which when it fully wakes up, gives you a free legendary magical item once per day. Wow. Okay. Oh, there was one more. Scaled ornament. This one's looks like it's a protection one. Advantage against Charm or Frighten, then +1 to AC. And you can give advantage on saving throws for Charmed or Frightened to a friend on its awakening. When you would take damage by the breath weapon, you can use your reaction to take no damage instead. And you regain hit points equal to the damage you would have taken. Oh, so if it's like tied to fire, for example, say it was from a red dragon, you can just be like, I not only took no damage from that fireball, I healed from it. So that's pretty cool. You can heal yourself with element once per dawn. And finally, in addition to while wearing the ornament, you gain a fly speed equal to your walking speed and can hover. The hovering thing is important. I think a lot of people forget about the hover feature for fly. A flying creature cannot stay still in the air unless it has that feature. It has to keep flying. It can't just stay there. A lot of people forget that. There's a lot of player abilities that give you flight that don't have hover, for example. Like, I don't think the Aarakocra have hover. And I've seen too many people saying, oh, well, I'm just going to stay up here and fire arrows. You have to keep flying, motherfucker.
But I have wings. I have a fly speed.
Yeah, that's not how that works. Okay, Draconic Gifts. So specific gifts. So I'm assuming these are like boons. So once again, they got rarities depending on how old of a dragon. So even a wormling can grant you gifts. That's nice. It's in a roundabout way, it's buffing dragons, because dragons are a little underwhelming in 5th edition compared to previous editions. A familiar, Draconic Familiar. So you get, so anyone can get the familiar as a boon or like dragon gift. To cast Find Familiar without any material components, getting a pseudo dragon. You can forego one of your own attacks while you have it out to allow your pseudo dragon to make an attack of its own. Cool. Draconic Rebirth. You become a Dragonborn. Nice and simple. You were something not Dragonborn, now you are Dragonborn. But you get to keep some of your previous stuff. Draconic Senses, it's all pretty straightforward. Echo Dragon Sight, that one's kind of neat. Cast Contact Other Plane as a ritual. The entity you contact is a dragon on another world in the material plane. Cool. Frightful Presence ability. Psionic Reach, which is just telekinesis. Toughness, gaining resistance to piercing and slashing. That's interesting, because it's not piercing and slashing versus non-magical, just piercing and slashing. Interesting. Tongue of the Dragon, which is a bunch like persuasion, bonus language, or make your voice audible up to 300 feet away. Cool. That was the magic. So the rest of this is flavor stuff. I'm not going to go into all of the flavor stuff, I don't think. So role-playing dragons, followers. This is just about the dragons. Yeah, how he deals with followers and stuff. Dragon campaigns. About running dragons as myths and gods and campaign events and stuff. Okay. Not gonna go through all of that. Partly because, like, I don't need to broadcast the entire book for legal reasons, and partly just because I don't need to go through all of it. Layers and hordes. So, more story stuff. They are adding to dragons what I think they've been sorely missing. Dragons needed something. I feel like dragons have been so underrepresented and used in a game where they're in the name. Creating a horde. So some new charts for creating like a specific like dragon horde. Oh, I like this. And more charts for random like cool mundane items and stuff. Yes, please. A jar with a dead elithid tadpole floating in preserved chemicals. So there's some flavorful stuff in there. I like it. Yeah, okay. I like that. I like that. Cool. Alright, so the last big thing we want to focus on are the... What's the Draconomicon? Oh, that's just talking about... There are more things about the layers and the types of dragons and stuff. Okay, let's go to the bestiary. Let's see some of the new beasties. New beasties. Amethyst Dragons. So they're Poiple. Beguiling Whisper. So they're like the telepathic ones. Yeah, because all the gem dragons are like the psionic, psychic dragons. Ancient Amethyst Dragon. So yeah, they get things, psychic steps. They get like a misty step thing, changing shape as they should. Spellcasting psionics. Cool, cool. I mean, they're in the end still just dragons. Lots of crystal. So he's breath weapon is crystals. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Looks pretty cool too. Animated breath. Here we go. Here's something interesting. Animated breath. So Chromatic Dragon's breath weapon is a manifestation of energy. So it's an elemental but of a dragon's breath weapon. So fire, acid, poison. So you choose one of the acid, cold, fire, lightning, or poison. So it's like specifically from the Chromatic Dragons. And it's just an elemental that gets... Yeah, it's all right. It's once again, it's more of the it's mechanically sound, but it's not blowing me away. Honestly, if you guys are looking for beasties, get the Tome of Beasts. If you're looking for something like Shadowhawk and myself both use that book. I mean I just reflavored something from it for a fight the other day, and it's got a lot of unique, interesting mechanics. Yes. Aspect of Bahamut. So challenge 30. Jesus. Was this like an avatar?
I would say it's the aspect, so it's like the lesser form.
Yeah, it's kind of like like an avatar basically. It's got a lot of shit to it, including mythic actions. If his Platinum Brilliance trait has been activated in the last hour, he gets these as well as legendary actions. Just okay. That's a lot of shit. But it's CR 30. That is like a capstone fight. But the thing is like you're playing a very specific party if you're fighting him.
Yes.
You are not playing the heroes.
No, you're not.
If you're fighting this, you are probably the bad guys. Aspect of Tiamat, so there's like on the other side, unless you're having them fight each other in the background, in which case that's kind of boring, because then what are the players doing? Because that's a clash of fucking titans right there. Chromatic Great Worm. Okay. So it's like the final level of... So it's like what happens when a dragon lives long enough to become like a super dragon. It's basically what that is. This is like a super dragon, an ancient super dragon. Got it. Got it. So dragon turns into this when it gets really, really old. Okay. I like the picture. crystal dragons. Did they only include 2 types of gem dragons? They did.
There's
Amethyst and crystal.
Yeah, there's you have to kind of go down to the actual index, and there's a lot of additional dragons down in the index of the bestiary.
Stats for them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Why wouldn't they put them in the bestiary?
They are in the bestiary. They're just not in that section of the bestiary, as far as I can tell.
Oh, this is just A to C. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't have the bestiary all in just one section.
No.
See index below. What?
Yeah. So you have to scroll down to the bestiary index, because there's like Topaz and.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Oh, why didn't they just have a link to the entire bestiary? Oh, that's dumb. Okay.
Yeah. Did you see what's at the bottom of the first column there?
The Draconians? Yeah. Yeah, they're bringing a lot of Dragonland stuff for good reason. Yeah. Do the Draconians, do they still like explode and do weird shit when they die? Yeah, death throws. Good. They'd better. That was kind of their shtick. That was their thing.
Yeah, they all did different things.
Yeah, burst into flames. Good. Still, it turns into stone and releases a petrifying gas. So yeah, the Draconians are still very much the Draconians. Yeah, I like it. I like it. All right. Draco Hydra. Cool. So flying Hydra, basically. I like it. Yeah, there's the other crystal stuff. Okay, I see. Draconic Shard. So it's like a bit of a gem dragon? Nope. Oh, psychic remnant. Oh, okay. Oh, it's like a dragon. It's a gem dragon ghost, basically. It's like he was so mentally powerful when he died. He's just like, nope, fuck you, death. But he's not, and he is undead. So yeah, it's a gem dragon ghost is basically what it is. Steven Universe, crystal gems of dragons. Let's go! So that's pretty cool. CR17. Yeah, he's a bit chunky. Let's dragon. I like more oozes. More oozes, please. Yeah, dragon blood ooze. Cool. More things about dragon turtles. Love dragon turtles.
That picture is amazing. Unfortunately, that dragon turtle is significantly bigger than Gargantuan.
I thought Gargantuan was the biggest size.
It is, but that is... Look at that dragon turtle in comparison to the, 3-masted boats that it's fighting.
Well, Gargantuan says "and up," doesn't it? Isn't that how like the largest size just is basically this size and up? I believe that works.
See, now I have to go look that up. That's a great picture, though. I love that picture.
I believe it was in the DMG itself. It said that the largest size you could use it as like technically like its whole own dungeon as a suggestion and stuff like that, because the largest size is supposed to be and up. It's only if you're using the minimum of that largest size that it's a whatever by whatever square.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, that absolutely makes sense.
Dragonflesh grafters. What is that? Okay, all right. Interesting. You are CR3. Good. Some low CR stuff. Yes, please. Like a sort of like a mongrel man. Mongrel folk. Elder Brain Dragons. Yes, I wanted to read about this one. That is a thing. What happens when the mind flayers fuck with dragons? So yeah, it's an elder brain that can move. That is scary as shit. I love it. I am going to use this at some point. I love mind flayers. In fact, we're running a spell jamming campaign. We'll see. I can definitely see. I'm not saying I'm going to use this, but I'm saying I'm going to use this. I like that.
That's why I missed it, because the or larger is in the actual size categories chart. Mm-hmm. That's the only place it says or larger.
Mm-hmm. And also, like, there's a whole section on like the DMG as well. If you read it.
Yeah, I'm looking at the DMG right now.
Horde Mimic. It's like a Sarlacc pit and a big old hoard of gold. Love it.
I'm gonna eat you now.
Hollow Dragon. So another undead.
Gates of Troy.
Metallic Dragon sees death as a means to pursue a noble purpose. The husk of a metallic dragon's hide filled with radiant energy. So it's like a... Yeah, it's a metallic dragon that's just like, I'm not going. Just like, yeah, it's just radiant, it's pure radiant energy. That's interesting. Okay, alright. The Lion Drake. Oh, pretty kitty. Like it. Tier 7, got a roar to it, bite.
Yeah, I saw that the Dragonel made a comeback as well.
Yeah, the Dragonel. Yeah. Looks a little different, but it looks a lot more just like a Drake or something, but
yeah.
Yeah, oh, I like it. And
I
sea
like
serpents.
that it has the option. It's kind of fun. Topaz Dragons.
Ancient sea serpent. I like it. I like it. Yeah. So I have mixed feelings about this. I mean, I still have to go through all of the, like, the book itself seems good, and I'm gonna probably use, like, I'm gonna read through the book and really enjoy all the flavor stuff, most likely. I wanted to incorporate more dragon stuff, and I like it. I think it's good. It's perfect for D&D. But we're gonna go back to play for a second.
Oh my goodness, the Topaz Dragon's wings are on backwards. That's awesome.
Oh, I didn't see that bit. Oh, wait, no. Bestiary. Topaz. Oh, yeah, they are. Nice.
I mean, I was wondering if that was like just a bad art thing. And then I'm scrolling down through and I'm like, no, it's they've legitimately made it.
I think they were like that in previous editions too, I think.
They're like the Rakshasa of dragons.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not happy with the character, a lot of the character features. I mean, the stuff for the Dragonborn, being able to customize your Dragonborn, okay, that's kind of cool. I mean, a lot of people were already kind of implementing that shit into their games anyways, for the most part. Like, it's all right. Nothing blow your mind away. The 2 subclass options, very underwhelmed. In fact, in the case of the monk, it's like, that's not great. Monks need so much love in this game right now. It's not that they're bad. Monks can still be super amounts of fun and stuff like that, but they have some of the worst subclasses, I'd say. Like, Ranger had the worst with Beastmaster, although that's been fixed with Tasha's. But monks still have... Monks need, I think, a little bit of love. It's not that they're bad, but they need more love. Way of the Ascendant Dragon? No. No, I think it needs a little bit more. It needed something else. I'm not super happy with that. I'm a little happy with some of the feats. They were okay. The other stuff, however, is super flavorful. I like the spells, all of the magical items, and the horde magical items that wake up over time, and the Draconic Gifts. The whole magic section I was very happy with. I thought that was great. The spells and everything like that. I'd say the whole character creation section, I'm meh about it most, and just like, why? Or at worst. So, but not a bad book. I think once I go through the dragons and play, like chapters like 3 and 4 will be handy, and I will be using stuff from this. It was definitely worth it. I mean, I had pre-ordered it or whatever, and it's definitely worth it. There's some stuff I'll get use out of it. I just wish chapter 1 was better, honestly. It just feels like it's a mixture of things they're underwhelming and things that are mechanically solid but not special in any way. Like, you see things from the community that are way more creative, way more adding unique and interesting abilities, and these are just a lot of just like, hey, you know, it works with existing rules, and it's meh. So I don't know. But yeah, that is the book. That is Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. Not too bad. The real one I'm waiting for, that I cannot wait, and it should have been out next month, but then they delayed it, so it's December 7th. But I cannot wait for Strixhaven. I am very much excited for Strixhaven. I would love to run and or play in a Strixhaven game when that is out. I'm hoping, and I am waiting for some wizardly and magically goodness. I do not want to become famous, no. Ban.
Just clicking on that.
It's easier for me in the interface sometimes. Like, if I don't notice it, I appreciate when you get rid of it, but it's easy for me to just like click. I am waiting for Strixhaven. That's the one I'm really excited for. Fizban's, I was like, I picked up Fizban's and Wild Beyond the Witchlight just because there were some options to it. It's funny, Wild Beyond the Witchlight, I basically picked up because of single race. Like, I don't run the pre-written adventures. That's not my thing. So the fact that I picked it up basically for the race. But there was a few other little things in there, and I do like to occasionally read through, maybe flip through it just to get ideas and whatnot. I had it up and ready to go until I realized I'm not a mod. Are you not? Oh, you were. Oh no, I modded you on the Discord, but I forgot to mod you on here. Well, I'll do it afterwards then. I'll add that role for you. Another person checking out the chat's never a bad thing. I forgot I had you modded on the Discord, but not on here. So I was like, oh, he's a mod. You're probably gonna get your money's worth with Witchlight in the near future. Yeah, everyone's playing a freaking Heron Gone. I am drinking my coffee. Why did you make new coffee? Ooh, you're gonna make that special coffee. Colton and Laura gave us special coffees last night.
Ooh.
Yeah. Laura came over for her study session with Lily. And I got coffees for my birthdays. Nice. Yeah. All right. Well, that is it for reviewing the book. I think that's all I was going to really stream today. No sense mixing this with a video game or anything like that. So, I do believe that is it. I'm just going to, I think I'm done streaming for now. I'm just going to hang out and play video games on my own. I don't really feel like doing it on stream right now. I will be back most likely tomorrow to do my normal streaming day starting at noon for, I don't know yet. I wanted to do more creative stuff, I think. So I don't know if it's going to be D&D creative stuff, or I've kind of have this side project I've been working on for video game stuff lately. We'll see. But I will be back tomorrow, and then for anyone that is here that is new to the channel and you want more role-playing goodness or D&D goodness, Thursday is my game. my first D&D game of the week for 15 Puzzle. It is a sort of noir Victorian crossover type of thing using the Eberron campaign setting. Super fun, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And my Sunday game is a Spelljammer D&D game. For those that remember the Spelljammer campaign setting, it's D&D in space. And that also starts at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday. And we have more games as well on Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Go to Bad Hair Gaming's channel for his games. Actually, Saturday's not streamed, is it? Friday, at least. Go on Friday to Bad Hair Gaming's channel, where we have more chaos and goodness in the Mistwalkers of Ravenloft. And yeah, I think good times. So, as always, stay healthy, stay safe, have a good one, eh? And like, subscribe, follow, all of that good stuff, depending if you're on YouTube, Twitch, etc. More videos out on YouTube very soon. Latest.